The Real Housewives of ATL Atlanta, season 16, episode 6. Peace interrupted. All right, so Kenya is gone. So, what do all the ladies feel about? This is pretty much going to be the episode where, right, how do we all feel about it? It's the aftermath, it's the couple of days afterwards. She's gone. What do we do now, right? Well, we move on. There's no one monkey don't stop this show, right? Um, and she never look with a bad wig on. Oh Lord, going back to Nene days, even though that was according to Ken. Was it towards Kim? Because Kim and them wigs. But either way, Brittany, 48 hours later, she has not gotten no sleep. She is stressed out. The social media, as we know, was like a firestorm for at least a whole week or two. Just like it is now. This whole week has just been a whole. What are we doing with Kenya? What are we doing with Brittany? She should have been fired. She should have been this. She should have did this and all this. What? Who was wrong? Who was right? She's taking it in stride. Obviously it hurts. It's embarrassing. All her people know about it basically now. She done wasted $250 on flowers to bring to Kenya to try to apologize. It didn't work because she just threw them away. And she just, Kenya just don't realize the damage that she just did. She lets us know that those pictures of her, was back when she was a teenager with her boyfriend, something that, he had filmed, I guess. But it got put out there, unfortunately. And then she said she also was a webcam girl at some point. We'll say maybe college or something like that. So, it's out there, or it was out there, because as she got in her professional world, she tried to scrub all those things from the internet so that, nobody could find it. But for somehow, somewhere, Kenya did. And with that, she could lose her license to practice her insurance because, she has a whole insurance agency. And, just got to deal with this public humiliation. As we all know, Kelly is her friend, so she comes over to help her, de-stress and calm down, feel better. She has an IV lady that comes in. We've seen these IVs before. I ain't never been to one, but I've tried the liquid ID or IV. You ever tried that? If you drink it before you get to drinking, then you won't have a hangover the next day. It actually works. So Kelly is on Brittany's side here, okay? And we're going to note this for now, that Kelly on Brittany's side, they are the bestest friends of now, because as we know, things could always change, okay? So remember that. They're cool and they're besties now, and she supports you on her side, okay? Because I do believe, fast forward to now, in today's world, they ain't friends no more. And for some reason, Brittany still thinks that Kenya was on her from the beginning. And she was not. Like, you was the one that was on Kenya from the beginning. Ever since the ring comment about, do you have two rings, or why you got two rings, or what, something like that, you would not let it go. So if you would have let that go, I think Kenya would probably still be here, because it wouldn't have escalated to how it escalated to how it got there to her to get kicked off, right? It's all because of you, child. It's not because of Kenya, it's because of you. She was just fine. It was you who took things too personal. Okay, so this is going to repeat itself a whole bunch of times, okay? Because the ladies going to have to keep getting together to discuss the same thing that they already talked about amongst each other separately. Okay, but this time it's Portia, Angela, and Kelly. They're going to go to Shania's house. She invites all the ladies over just to, get together. It'll be our first time together since the incident. So, let's just see where everybody heads at and just try to, I guess, be support for one another and just try to talk it out, So they all can agree that what Kenya did was unforgivable. It just went too far because let's say it happened to one of them, they probably would have, the posters. Once she threw the hands up with the posters, they would have threw hands at, it just wouldn't have been that way. And that's what I'm saying. Like, had if Brittany didn't walk outside and she actually stood right there while Kenya did that, I think she would have tried to take him down. You know what I'm saying? Any way possible. So it is what it is. But they still like Kenya because you know she never did nothing like that to me. So I still like her, even though she did something wrong. Don't mean that we ain't got to be her friend no more. We can just agree that you messed up. So Angela, she asks Portia again, like, so what you hear about Charles? Remember you said something about Charles when we was at the bank, at the vault, and Portia just brushed by this real quick. She just said, "Oh, girl, I was just joking, just in the talks and all that stuff. I didn't think you was gonna get all upset about it. I saw that you took it real serious, so I apologize. I'm sorry." And Angela just let it go. So I don't know if because remember Charles told you need to fix that. You need to nip it in the butt. No, so look, is that what he meant? Drew is late, and I'm noticing this is a pattern with her. She's been late to pretty much every event that they've had. And I'm wondering, is this her way of trying to have a moment or have a I'm fashionably late moment? Because, she's not fashionable, but she definitely is late. And she missed all the talk, so who cares? She got some court coming up soon, so she got to figure that out. Portia, they jump on her divorce because, she's feeling all types of ways with Simon. She wants them to have a good friendly divorce. Why is he acting this way? I don't know this person because he used to be so caring and so loving, but now he's just being so evil and just so mean to me. And I just want us, we was a family, right? So why can't he just be nice, but he not. And one thing that is making her upset is the fact that she the her daughter, okay, Simon, okay, with the marrying, technically he's the stepdad, right, by marriage, right? So the little girl, she little, so that's stepdad, that's papa, so she, attachments, and you can't really just break that from children. I mean, you can because people do it all the time, but technically it's not right because, they have feelings too. And, adults just forget that. But so, that's the part that's just a little bit upsetting because she tries to say like, oh, well, I told him, well, Pilar asked about you, can you talk to her, da, 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 da. And he just left the messages on red and never, didn't call her back, didn't call to say, hey, how's PJ doing? Hey, can I talk to PJ? Or can I come pick her up, take her to the park? He not doing none of that daddy stuff. Which, I mean, he want to be petty, which means he got to be petty with her, with you and the kid, unfortunately. Obviously, I think he just wants to be all the way completely done with her. And it's just something that I guess Portia just gonna have to figure out. But she got Dennis, who is the actual daddy. So technically that's who should be focusing on that co-parenting situation, which she does bring this into Drew to say that, listen, we can actually coexist with, like Drew don't bother me or whatever. I just didn't want her to mess up what me and Dennis got going on with our co-parenting. That's all. And with that, Drew in her confessional, I forgot, she actually was saying that with her going through the crap with Ralph, it's kind of like her and Portia, because technically everybody, how many people are divorcing in this show? I feel like it's a whole bunch because Kelly is going through with her dude. Yeah, so Kelly, Portia, Drew are all divorcing. Angela married, Shamia married. Okay, so three. But two of them, because I don't know, Kelly, she got a different situation. But, they can relate with this divorcing situation and how they feel. But, maybe they'll come together later. Drew related to Michael Jordan. She said that's her cousin. I didn't know that. So, speaking of Kelly and her ex-husband, she's talking to her oldest daughter. Her name is Chloe, about her business that she don't want to talk about, which because remember she keeps calling him, well, him, the ex, not saying his name or nothing, which I think is something Mark, because she says she had a Mark. I looked it up, but I can't even remember what it was, but it's something. But either way, her business got exposed to the streets. Basically, some blog picked it up. I think I peeped at it. I don't remember the name, which was the People or the Times or the TMZ, one of them. But I peeped at it because I wanted to see what he looked like. But basically, the article tells everything what's going on between the divorce, what he trying to do. He went to jail. Uh, all that stuff, the restraining orders, this and that, what he owes in child support, the restaurant, it's all exposed. And she was trying to keep it all a secret, basically what Drew trying to do. But that lawyer told her, girl, it's about to get exposed. So we all waiting on that. But either way, her stuff is exposed and she didn't want nobody to know, the kids, because the other ones, they a little younger, so they ain't going to be reading this. But they will later in life if they want to, it might pop up. But the daughter was cool about it. How old is she? And she like 17 or something. So she like, look, mom, I'm cool if you, go ahead and date, do what you want to do. Only thing she just said was just being, um, just don't want to end up like her mom, which makes her mom obviously sad because, I don't want her to go through what I went through, but understandable. She'll figure it out. So Drew and Ralph, I really I laugh at Ralph every time I see Drew and Ralph. I laugh. It's just funny because why did the judge make him have to be in the basement like this? Instead of just telling him, you can go get your own place, sir. And then y'all can have visitation and all this stuff with the co-parenting stuff, right? Instead, they got every other week he can come upstairs to the regular house and be a daddy, but she got to leave. Ain't that weird? So they're packing up her clothes, like, okay, I'm pack this, pack this, pack that. And talking to the daughter like, hey, I'm about to leave, but let me do your hair real quick, this and this and that. The daughter was acting up a little bit, we can see, but that's just because of the camera. Kids always like to act up in front of the cameras. But as they was trying to eat real quick. I don't know if this was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but they was trying to eat real quick before she left. And Ralph comes up and he like, oh, what you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm about to leave. I just was, getting some food real quick. It's like, okay, it's Father's Day. Yeah, we about to have some fun this weekend with kids, this and that. So as the kids just getting up from the table, walking off, she about to leave, she say, oh, one more thing. I need you to call the exterminator. And can you handle that while I'm gone? This and that, because I'm just, I can't do it. And he was like, I thought I already called it like some other time ago, this and that. She's like, no, but something didn't work, and this maybe, I don't know, miscommunication, something, but we needed to call him again. And I'm wondering, exterminator, can we, because I'm nosy. I ain't gonna say I got roaches, but can we know what you need an exterminator for? Like, I got a little couple of ants going on. Is it a squirrel or a possum in the backyard? I'm just curious. But either way, it turns into an argument because she says she too busy to do it, so you do it, and then make him pay for it. And he like, what? I pay all the bills. Why can't you pay for it? And, so she said, I'm just going to leave. And she leaves and storms out. And, oh, I'm just so mad. I'm just, I can't take it. And I'm like, dude, this is so stupid. I don't know. That it would be my frustration would be that this is very, very stupid. And I don't know what kind of lawyer that she got, but we have to change this. He's not going to be in the basement. He's going to get his own place. And I'm not going to have to leave every other week. That's the weirdest thing I ever heard of in my life. Like, that's why I laugh every time I see them, because y'all, they're playing. And whoever the judge is playing too. He need to be fired because this ain't even right. Shamia in the studio letting us know that she can sing again. She's singing in her confessional. They say, can we get a little taste of the song? She sings the whole song. We see RL. Everybody know who RL is. He's from Next. They invite Angela in. She was a bit starstruck. I mean, RL ain't that big of a deal, but okay. Sure. And Shamia just bragging, obviously, I got this good music. It's so great. I can't wait for people to hear it. Drew should have been working with him instead of working with Dennis. Speaking of Drew, she shows up late. I don't know why, but she's here. They do mention Portia, like, she was being a little shady with the acting like she didn't know that this was a real song or not a real song, or was this Portia, or was this Shamia, was this Drew? Like, that, is this for real? This, so of course Shamia felt a type of way because he's supposed to be my friend, and now you making me feel a type of way. And that's why everybody think that they is trying to break up their friendship. But I think in real life, in real time, they're just fine. Just like any other friendship. They known each other since they was like kids, literally. So technically, ain't nobody breaking them up. Differences come and go. We just know that Portia tried it and it just got denied it. So when it come to the whole marriage thing, I think she thought she was about to get what Shamia got, and it just didn't work out that way. We see Brittany with her mom. Basically, she's getting a lot of good family support, mainly from her sisters, which is surprising to her because, they don't really talk like that. But this whole incident has got, her phone is ringing off the hook with everybody concerns and being nosy mostly being nosy, but people be concerned at the same time. So this is kind of a cool thing, but not cool, obviously, because, my whole reputation is ruined. But it's good that, my family, it brought me and my sisters back together. Portia and Shamia meet up, because like I said, y'all keep thinking they gonna break up their little friendship or something, but it's not. They're doing, a little one-on-one at an arcade just to kick it, talk about each other, family, friends, this divorce. Obviously, Simon is putting Portia through the ringer. Shamia doing good. She's got to figure out how she's going to get these eggs, bacon, because she got, I think she said at least, I thought she said 2 boys and 2 girls. If not, she does have some eggs left somewhere that she needs to figure out where they gonna go, which ones they gonna have or not have. We do learn here that Portia has an egg saved somewhere. We didn't know that, but she don't want to focus on that right now. She'll rather deal with the divorce first before she deals with that, which I would assume that's part of the divorce. But hey, I don't know. She'll have to figure that out. And this Dennis filming with Drew. So she says that he told her that he was not going to do it, right? But we clearly saw on the last episode, was it the last episode or the episode before that? They was in the studio together filming by themselves with nobody else. So he lied. um, which, you know, in that time of filming, she don't know this, obviously, right? So I guess we're gonna have to see how she figures it out and how she handles it. Okay. So Kelly wants all the girls to come together. It's gonna be a little backyard tea party barbecue. I don't even know if she put a title on it, but it looked like a tea party, okay? It was all decorated, and her little assistant, he was cool. He looked kind of familiar, like he's somebody else's assistant. I don't know. It might come to me, or maybe y'all will know who it is, but yeah, he looks familiar, like he's worked with some people. But yeah, Portia is sick, so she's not gonna make it. Um, we learned, or not that we learned, but Kelly pretty much lets the girls know that, hey, my business out in the street, so I might as well just tell y'all what my business is a little bit. About what she just brought up the child support from this ex, which, okay, who cares? He owed her about $10,000, so she going through that. Brittany shows up. She looks nice. I'll give her that because that's what you're supposed to do. At least if you want to feel good, at least make yourself look good. So she looked great. Wig was good. Outfit was, cute. Um, Ladies, give her their support. Are you doing okay? We're so sorry this happened to you. Then Kelly, in her conversation, says, okay, whether we're all together, the ladies, everyone has spoken to Kenya. So we gotten her side and we know how she feels about it. So now, basically we can get your side and how you feel about it. And Brittany looking at them like, for real. Y'all all talk to Kenya. Like, this ain't even cool. I thought y'all supposed to be here for me. But y'all over there talking to Kenya and getting her side and her support. But listen, both of you guys were wrong. Both of you. She was wrong for exposing you. Okay, let's just put that what it was. She exposed somebody. Okay. You was wrong for saying that you wanted to pop her. Okay? We can't say that on TV. Well, I mean, we can, but we can't say it if we like trying to film a show together with people and we supposed to be frenemies, because not everybody friends, but we supposed to be co-workers. We're co-workers here. Everybody, we can't do this, because if we go to our jobs and we say that, technically we will be fired, or they might suspend you, do a little investigation, but most likely you will be fired because it's called a threat, right? It's like against the law. So she trying to play victim here. Oh my God, woe is me. I can't believe y'all. And they just trying to say, no, 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 girl. We listen. We understand. We're here for you. We're just trying to say that you was doing too much too. Both, like, you did a whole lot, and Kenya just backed it up with the finish. Like, it is what it is. So in her confessional, Brittany's like, she don't trust them. Like, she got a wall up, a little guard up, to where I don't know if they my friends or not. I don't know, how I'm supposed to move around them, because I don't know where they gonna come. Like, is they gonna come for me next? Or, I got a chip on my shoulder now, which technically you kind of already had that. Speaking actually from the beginning, you was, oh, ever since high school, I've been getting in fights with the girls, and everybody hates me all my life, and I'm just, that, you know, pretty girl syndrome. Yeah, that's what it is. Pretty girl syndrome. Um, it's okay. Some people have that, but she goes on to just say that she lost her license to practice the insurance, and everybody was like, what? I can't believe it. And Andrew was like, wait a minute, because I have a license to practice real estate. So technically, you don't just lose a license just because somebody get showed a picture of you. That's not how this works. So what was the cause of it to happen, right? So Brittany looking at her like, girl, what you mean? Uh, what happened and why and this and that? Why are you questioning me? This and this and that. And Brandon was like, listen, you ain't got to get loud with me. I'm just asking a question because you don't just lose license like that. And that's any license, the doctors, drivers. There's a cause here. There's a reason, right? But just because somebody says something or, right, showed a naked picture, that's not how it works, right? So, of course, Brittany is all hostile. She's kind of already in this mindset. And they sitting next to each other. So they're like, okay, y'all. Let's separate before this escalates and reset. Okay. So they switch seats and they kind of start over just a little bit. Angela was just saying, like, listen, take accountability. Listen, lady. Take accountability. Why are we here? Why is Kenya not here? And Brittany like, why is Kenya's not here because of what she did? And why y'all keep bringing her up, okay? Because it's all about me, me, me. I'm the victim. She did this to me. And they like, okay, sure, but what did you do? Did you forget? Okay, she didn't just move like that just because Kenya don't do that. She sits, she be pretty and all this stuff, but when you do something to her, then she be like, okay, you understand? Read the room. Read the room. Angela like, girl, no, you need to read the room and check yourself because yes. And she like, okay, listen, I already told myself that I was wrong. And maybe everybody else already accepted that part. Um, so they going back and forth. You fail to take responsibility, throwing rocks and hiding your hands and this and that. Angela was like, I'm on Kenya's side at this moment. Okay. So Shamia asked the question again. Okay, so how did you lose your license? And she said, okay, well, technically, because, I gotta get that voice. I did lose my license. It's under investigation. Because that's how she talks, I swear. It's like an annoyed situation, I don't know, or a bad nose job. But either way, it's under investigation until further notice. So technically, it's not taken away just yet, okay? So Andrew's like, listen, I thought so. That's all I was trying to get to. Dang. Brittany saying, she said, twirl out of here. You could twirl out of here or something to that nature. And so everybody's kind of laughing now because as much as you want to get Kenya out of here, bitch, you sure is using a lot of her words. It was look the moment, okay? It was her moment. Anywho, like I said, she don't think these girls got her back. Drew actually spoke some words of of look out of look of couldn't think of the word, but she's speaking to both sides here. Like, okay, Brittany, we all hear you. Like we said, what you did, what she did. Now we're all here in the middle, pushing it, agreeing, disagreeing. That's kind of what we're at here, and that's what we need from you to understand from us. Okay, it's not no attack or nothing like that. It's just all of our understandings of who did what and how we got there. Okay, that's it. Shamia comes in with her little peacemaker speech, okay? Can the ladies move on? Okay, fine. We can calm. We can try to move on. We got this. And we twerk it out, hug it out, dance it out. And we'll get to the next episode because, this wasn't too bad. Just the aftermath of, what happened. Hopefully we can move on without too much of bringing this up. and just go on to the next thing, you know? Because I know we got the Usher Phaedra in here somehow, somewhere. Oh, geez. I hope it's like maybe the last 5 episodes. I don't want to get a whole lot of her, but either way, let's just jump back into some more Shamia, some more into Angela, some more into Kelly, and with a little bit into Brittany because I can't, especially when she gets the M words, the DMs, the moms, the memes. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.